Warren Buffett, one of the most iconic investors in history, recently stepped down from his role at Berkshire Hathaway, ending an era that reshaped global finance. But beyond the numbers, Buffett's greatest contribution may not be the billions he amassed. It's the daily habits that built those billions. His routine, discipline, and mindset offer a blueprint, not just for the aspiring billionaire, but for anyone serious about mastering their craft and life. Buffett's retirement is not a story of decline, but of completion, a carefully planned decision by a man who worked tirelessly for over 7 decades. He didn't just build a business empire, he built a philosophy of life, grounded in discipline and practical wisdom. His habits are not reserved for financial elites. They are available to anyone with the willingness to act consistently. Let's explore 5 powerful daily habits that Warren Buffett adopted throughout his career. Habits you can start today to move one step closer to long-term wealth, fulfillment, and financial freedom. If you read 500 pages like this every day, you'll learn more and more, and you'll get better at what you do. That's how knowledge builds up, like compound interest. Warren Buffett. One of Buffett's most defining traits is his insatiable appetite for reading. He has famously said that he spends 80% of his day reading. That's not hyperbole. In fact, in his early investing days, Buffett would read up to 1,000 pages a day. Even now, well into his 90s, his love for reading hasn't waned. But Buffett doesn't read for entertainment. He reads with purpose. Company reports, market analyses, biographies, shareholder letters, newspapers, all form part of his daily mental diet. He treats information like capital, something to invest, compound, and eventually leverage. Reading for Buffett is less about quick action and more about slow understanding. He isn't looking for quick hacks or trends. He's looking for timeless principles, truths that withstand hype cycles and market manias. What you can do? Start by dedicating 30 to 60 minutes each day to focused reading. Pick from 3 core categories: your industry or expertise, build domain-specific knowledge, timeless mental models and decision-making, books like Poor Charlie's Almanac, Thinking in Bets, or Thinking Fast and Slow. Life lessons through biographies. Learn from the mistakes and triumphs of others. The more you read, the more dots you'll connect. And in time, your thinking will become deeper, sharper, and more strategic. The difference between successful people and really successful people is that really successful people say no to almost everything. Warren Buffett. Time is the most valuable asset for anyone seeking greatness. Buffett understands this better than most. Look at his calendar. It's famously empty. No unnecessary meetings, no social clutter, no impulsive commitments. Buffett realized early on that saying yes to everything is the fastest way to dilute your focus. He has a laser-like attention on what matters and a ruthless ability to ignore what doesn't. That includes avoiding social pressure, market noise, and shiny distractions. Saying no is a form of strategic clarity. It protects your energy and allows you to go deep on the few things that matter, rather than shallow across dozens of things that don't. What you can do. Each day, identify 3 things you'll say no to. This could be social media scrolling, unplanned meetings, or unnecessary purchases. Write down your top 3 priorities every morning. If something doesn't align with those, say no without guilt. Remember, every yes costs something: your time, focus, or peace. Be intentional. The ability to say no is the foundation of billionaire-level decision-making. It allows you to conserve energy for what matters most and invest deeply in it. Be fearful when others are greedy, and greedy when others are fearful. Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett has never cared about short-term hype. He isn't interested in what everyone else is doing. That's not stubbornness, it's strategy. His investing decisions are grounded in fundamental thinking, not emotion or trends. One of the best examples of this was Buffett's investment in American Express during the 1963 salad oil scandal. At the time, Amex had issued warehouse receipts for a company storing salad oil, but the company had committed fraud by filling tanks mostly with water and layering salad oil on top to fool inspectors. When the scandal broke, Amex was liable for tens of millions of dollars, and its stock price plummeted more than 50%. While the market panicked, Buffett dug deep. He spent weeks doing field research, talking to banks, restaurants, and merchants. What he found was this: customers still trusted the American Express brand. Despite the scandal, people continued to use its travelers' checks and financial services. Recognizing that the brand's value remained strong, Buffett invested $13 million, almost 40% of his portfolio at the time. That investment turned into a 5x return and proved that thinking independently and long-term can create outsized gains when others are ruled by fear. Buffett once said, "You can't buy what's popular and do well." That belief has helped him avoid fads, survive crashes, and spot real value when others are too scared to act. What you can do: practice 30 minutes of uninterrupted thinking every day. No screens, no distractions, just a notebook and your thoughts. Ask yourself, what decision would I make if I weren't afraid of being wrong? Am I following the crowd or following my conviction? Will this matter in 5 years? Track your thoughts and investment decisions. Evaluate them months later. Build a record of independent thinking. Buffett's wealth wasn't built by predicting markets. It was built by understanding value, staying patient, and thinking for himself. That's a skill anyone can develop with consistency. If you buy things you don't need, you will soon sell things you do. Warren Buffett. One of the most surprising facts about Warren Buffett is how modestly he lives. Despite his $100 billion plus net worth, he still lives in the same house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He drives a simple car, eats fast food, and avoids extravagant purchases. This isn't about being frugal for the sake of appearances. It's about discipline and focus. Buffett knows that financial freedom is not just about making money. It's about keeping and compounding it. He once joked that if he'd spent his early earnings on luxury, he wouldn't have had the capital to invest in the businesses that made him a billionaire. Buffett's lifestyle is a powerful lesson in delayed gratification, a habit almost completely missing from modern life. What you can do: track every expense, no matter how small. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Every time your income increases, increase your investments, not your liabilities. Set a living ceiling, a modest lifestyle budget that you won't exceed, no matter how much you earn. Avoid debt unless it's productive, like business or investment debt. Buffett has always warned against consumer debt. Buffett proves that a billionaire mindset doesn't start when you make $1 million. It starts with living wisely when you make your first 1,000. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett. Despite his massive achievements, Warren Buffett never stopped learning. In fact, he credits a public speaking course he took in his 20s as one of the best investments he ever made. Buffett's routine includes not just reading, but refining how he thinks, how he communicates, and how he makes decisions. He doesn't just improve what he knows, he improves how he knows. This obsession with growth didn't stop even in his 90s. Buffett continues to meet with younger people, answer questions, attend shareholder meetings, and mentor his successors. He knows that learning doesn't have an end point. What you can do: identify one skill you want to master. Public speaking, investing, leadership, writing. Work on it daily, even if just for 10 to 15 minutes. Reflect every night. What did I learn today? What mistake did I make? What would I do differently tomorrow? Consume one educational idea daily. An article, a video, a podcast. No fluff, just something that makes you think. Self-improvement is not a side project. It is the foundation of success. Buffett didn't wait to become rich before working on himself. He worked on himself every day, and the riches followed. Warren Buffett's retirement from Berkshire Hathaway isn't just the end of a business era. It's a reminder of what's possible when you dedicate your life to long-term excellence. He didn't rely on trends, shortcuts, or lucky breaks. He relied on habits, small, daily actions that compounded into extraordinary results. These 5 habits were the pillars of his journey, and they remain relevant no matter where you are in life. Let's recap them once more. 1. Read relentlessly and intentionally. Build mental wealth every day. 2. Say no to almost everything. Protect your time like a billionaire. 3. Think independently and long-term. Don't follow the crowd, follow clarity. 4. Live far below your means. Delay gratification, increase your capital. 5. Obsess over constant self-improvement. Become more valuable daily. Success leaves clues, and Buffett has left a trail that anyone can follow. These habits are free. They're not restricted by background, age, or education, but they demand consistency, humility, and a long-term vision. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, becoming a billionaire in wealth starts with becoming rich in discipline.